Welcome to SpokeTV. I'm Lindsay Griesbach.
And I'm Jacob Martin, and this is your source for local weekly news produced by second-year journalism broadcast students from Conestoga College. Dogs are more than just man's best friend. They can help blind people, detect seizures, and aid police in bomb and drug detection. But what few people know is that they can also help with post-traumatic stress disorder. National Service Dogs in Cambridge is teaching dogs commands such as giving affection or helping the owner get sufficient space from others during anxiety attacks. SpokeTV's Ali Sieber-Payton took a walk with a PTSD soldier and his service dog.
Chad Myron, a Canadian veteran, served in Afghanistan from May 2010 to December 2010. When he returned, he began a new battle with post-traumatic stress disorder. Norman is Chad's PTSD service dog. The Canadian veteran has been on a 5-year recovery, and he says Norman has helped more than therapy and medication.
He does all kinds of crazy stuff. He's got lots of different commands for helping in situations, especially out in public.
Chad got Norman from the National Service Dogs located in Cambridge. Service dogs aren't only for the blind, they're also for helping veterans with PTSD. A survey done in 2013 showed that 18.9% of regular force members who had been deployed reported symptoms of PTSD or similar disorders, which is almost double from 2002. NSD trains dogs to help veterans with PTSD. Currently, they're in the puppy stage and are just learning some basic commands. In the next couple of months, they will learn more commands specifically for PTSD service. They will be fully trained by the time they are 2, and they will be ready to serve to those with the disorder. Annie Banks from NSD talks about the process of training.
But majority of it is 2 years, and then when they're done their training, the clients that will be getting them come here to our facility, and they spend a week here and they learn everything about the dogs, how to brush their teeth, clip their nails, how to use all their skills. And after that week, they go home with the clients.
The program launched in 2011, and they were the first Dog Assistance International accredited training school in Canada.
I noticed that I was angry all the time, and things just started adding up.
For SpokeTV, I'm Ali Sieber-Payton.
Rowan Stringer was a 17-year-old rugby player who passed away in 2013 after 2 consecutive concussions that were not properly treated and diagnosed. Rowans Law is a new initiative pushing for stricter rules and treatments of head injuries in Ontario. SpokeTV's Carmen Ponciano talked with several athletes to get more angles on the issue.
Bruises and scrapes is what you can expect when playing rough sports like rugby, football, or hockey. And even though it's a great way to stay healthy, some injuries can be serious, particularly when getting hit in the head. 1 in 5 sport-related injuries are concussions, and they can be dangerous because you don't have to be knocked unconscious to have one, like in the case of Dan Griesbach.
I was playing tackle handball and I got an elbow to the eye. Like someone was turning around and just socked me. And mine wasn't too bad. Mine would have been a grade 1 or 2 because I didn't lose consciousness, so that takes a grade 3 right out of it. But it wasn't really treated that well at all. Like I instantly hit the floor, and I remember saying that I did see stars. Like I was just totally out of it.
But there is a big difference between Dan's case and what Jordan Ford, a player of the men's rugby team at Laurier, says when a player hits their head.
Right away, anytime there's a hit to the head, you're automatically sidelined. We have a series of tests that we have to do both on the computer and with doctors. So we do like baseline testing, and every time you get hit in the head, like a serious hit to the head obviously, where it's actually like an injury, you have to go take the test over again, and you have to be reassessed. So you're not allowed to even practice, do any physical activity until you've been reassessed by both the computer and your doctor.
Unlike our southern neighbor, where there is a law dictating the management of youth in all 50 states, Ontario will be the first province in Canada to pass a bill for young athletes.
The bill is named after Rowan Stringer, a grade 12 student who died in May of 2013 after suffering 2 concussions in the same week while playing rugby. But Dan feels like there could be more done.
And just like the medical field, they know how bad a concussion is. And if Ontario is the only province that's doing anything about it, then they're just putting all like youth athletes at risk.
For SpokeTV, I'm Carmen Ponciano.
Thanks, Carmen. Ever dreamed of owning a cafe? For one local resident, that dream will soon be a reality as a coffee shop owner is holding a contest where the grand prize is a cafe in Guelph. SpokeTV's Carla Buela has more details on the contest.
Red Brick Cafe is brewing up a Win a Cafe contest. The owner of the 2 well-known cafes in Guelph wants to give away one of her locations as a prize. Shelley Krieger, owner of the 2 Red Brick Cafe branches in Guelph, says that owning and overseeing her 2 cafes is daunting and tiring.
Personally, I decided to give up the cafe to simplify my life. Having 2 cafes for 10 years, it's been very demanding, and I'd like to have a simpler lifestyle.
She opened her first cafe in the city nearly 10 years ago. The first cafe was located at Douglas Street in downtown Guelph. In 2009, Shelley opened this location on Westmount in Guelph. For just $200, anyone can enter the contest, and one lucky winner will win this location, including all furniture, training, and land title. Young adults are really excited for this contest and for the opportunity to own a cafe at a young age. Kirkland Reinhardt, a contest participant, says that it will be a really good opportunity for young aspiring business owners.
Well, I think the contest is just like a very great opportunity, especially for young people with little to no experience, to try to do something that they've always really thought about doing.
It is a heartwarming gesture, knowing that this Christmas season, someone in the community is so willing to share their blessings with others. For SpokeTV, I'm Carla Buela.
A new club at Conestoga College hosted a booth last week to raise money for the Sexual Assault Support Center of Waterloo Region. In addition to accepting donations for a good cause, they wanted to put a positive spin on a negative issue. SpokeTV's Caleb Herbison has the story.
Conestoga Action, a group of motivated college students, are trying to make a positive impact on the recent Starbucks Red Cup controversy.
They are filling up Starbucks cups with donations for the Sexual Assault Support Center of Waterloo Region. Chris Hussey, the president of Conestoga Action, explains why they chose to donate to the support center.
Being able to give help to an organization that is kind of a safe haven and a sanctuary for a lot of these women and their families is something really cool.
The center is a strong local program, but often relies on community members and other events to fill their shelves with goods for their clients. Joan Tuklinski, the public education manager for the Support Center, explains how these programs and initiatives are benefiting them.
I think it brings awareness to people. So just by having this initiative going on campus increases people's awareness, first of all, of our agencies, our agency and the services we provide, but then it also increases people's awareness of the prevalence of sexual violence in our community. And then the third thing is just that direct action where people are contributing to those who are using our services by providing the items that are needed.
Some of these items being food products, mainly canned food and high-protein products, as well as self-care items like shampoo and deodorant. If you would like more information on how to get involved with the Support Center, you can visit their website at www.sascwr.org. For SpokeTV, I'm Caleb Herbison.
Thanks, Caleb. The first valet parking program in our area has arrived at Fairview Mall. For an $8 fee, customers can get their car parked for them without any stress while buying gifts this Christmas season.
With Fairview Mall's increasing popularity and the Christmas season here, they are testing out valet parking. You bring your car up to the drop-off area and hand them your keys. Then they go park your car in the designated valet parking area. Afterwards, they put a tag on your keys and give you a ticket that you can use to order back your car. When you're done shopping, the car will be waiting there, warm, and they give you your keys back and you're on your merry way.
This winter has seen a lack of snowfall and cold weather so far, but that doesn't stop Kitchener's winter parking regulations from coming into effect. Rather than waiting for the snow-related bylaws to be relevant, the city has set start and end dates for the changes. December 1st marked the beginning of winter parking regulations in Kitchener, despite the lack of snowfall so far for the region. In addition to the regular street parking limit of 3 hours, there is now a ban on overnight parking in residential areas between 2:30 and 6 a.m. Failure to cooperate can result in a $15 to $300 fine. If a large amount of snowfall is expected, a snow event can be called, making it illegal to park on the street as of midnight on the day it's called. City of Kitchener bylaws also require the removal of snow and ice from sidewalks within 24 hours of each snowfall.
Do you like live music?
Oh, I love live music.
What about live music for a good cause?
Oh, that's even better.
Local bands teamed up last week to raise money for cancer research at Starlight Social Club in Waterloo. SpokeTV's Peter Scott was on the scene at the event.
It may seem like a usual night in Uptown Waterloo. A local band invited a few other music groups to put on a show for their hometown fans. But this show was a little different. The Royal Streets, along with Ivory Hours and Long Range Hustle, are playing a charity concert at Starlight in order to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Society. The Holiday Classic, hosted by Waterloo's own The Royal Streets, is a charity concert that was held last week at Starlight and was sponsored by Wellington Brewery. $2 from every ticket, as well as $1 from every Wellington tall can sold, went to the Canadian Cancer Society. Sam Keating, the drummer for The Royal Streets, explains what the event is.
It is sort of a team-up thing with the Canadian Cancer Society and Wellington Brewery. So we're going to have a cool night and hopefully raise a bunch of money for cancer research.
According to Royal Street's guitar player Eric Sturtzinger, the band had been looking for a charity support after already teaming up with Starlight and Wellington Brewery. The Canadian Cancer Society jumped at the chance, and according to volunteer Natis Lamini, concerts aren't a usual place for the organization.
Waterloo is pretty business orientated, so we'll go to their businesses and we'll set up like during conferences and during like meetings and stuff like that.
Royal Streets then teamed up with Ivory Hours, winners of 102.1 The Edge's The Next Big Thing competition this year, and who described themselves as a sassy alternative rock trio from London, Ontario. He also joined forces with Long Range Hustle, a Toronto-based band with roots in the Waterloo region. The event was a major success, selling over 250 tickets. Though this was the first holiday classic, there are sure to be more in future years. For SpokeTV, I'm Peter Scott.
Thanks, Peter. And the event was able to raise over $600 for cancer research. If you're looking for something to do on a weekday night that's heavy on laughs and light on the wallet, the Crooked Sword Comedy Show offers free stand-up comedy in Kitchener. SpokeTV's Natalie McCallum checked it out.
It's an awesome celebration, though. A period party? That's a good one. That's a good one right there.
In this day and age, a lot of people tend to watch what they say. But for Crooked Sword Comedy, who puts on live free shows at the Boathouse on Tuesdays and Chainsaw on Thursdays, they tend to find a way to incorporate their twisted sense of humor into their acts in order to make their audiences laugh.
But lately, with all the negativity going on in the world, executive producers Sohail Chatur and Tom O'Donnell feel comedy is now more important than ever.
I'm not one to get too political, but I think there's always a good reason to laugh, and yeah, there's a lot of bad things going on in the world, and there's no reason to forget about those, but sometimes it's nice to shed some light on it or forget about it for a little while.
The show features a variety of comedians with experience ranging from amateur to professional. There is no cost for the event, but a tip jar is passed around, allowing the audience to pay what they think the comedy is worth. Kyle Lucy, the MC for the night, has been performing for 3 years and thinks that his act reflects more on the bad things he's been through, and he enjoys poking fun at them to remind the audience that things aren't that bad.
So that I sort of bring mention to that, and the fact that it's able to be done in a funny way. I like taking people to that sort of place, and then they could look in themselves like objectively and sort of understand that it's not so bad. They don't have to be so scared because they're able to laugh at a sort of demon.
For SpokeTV, I'm Natalie McCallum.
Looking for your next victim in here tonight.
Thanks, Natalie. The second Kitchener festival to celebrate German heritage, the Christkindl Market, overflowed onto King Street in its 19th year. Full of food, festivities, and vendors, SpokeTV's Kyle Royakers joined in on the fun.
I think it's all about the traditions and bringing back the 4 days of those traditions.
The Christkindl Market is yet another tradition celebrated in Kitchener that asserts the city's heavy German background. It's made to mirror the festivities in German town squares. There's food, toys, and plenty of entertainment. Fred Troutram, the co-owner of Baron House Events, set up Das Fritterhaus and says he's surprised that more people don't know about the market.
I think it brings a sense of homecoming. This is a very good opportunity right at the front end of December for people to get into the Christmas spirit. And it's right here in our backyard. And it's surprising that so many people who live in Kitchener don't even know about it.
The Christkindl Market in Kitchener has been running for 19 years, and it's gotten so big that it was even covered in a German newspaper, according to the market president, Astrid Braun. This year, it's expanded out into King Street. The Kitchener Downtown BIA fronted the money for the expansion onto King Street, and Braun thinks the addition came in due time.
We see from our perspective is we're busier than ever, and they're busy as well. So obviously there was a need, right? And it's great. I mean, people are just wandering and having a wonderful time, and that's what we've always envisioned for this square. So we're really happy about that.
With so many hit years, there's no telling what decade number 3 will hold for the Christkindl Market. For SpokeTV, I'm Kyle Royakers.
So did you make it to the Christkindl Market this year?
No, I'm really disappointed though, because that Fritter House looked amazing.
Oh, for sure. And I used to go as a kid, but it looks so much bigger. I'd love to check it out next year.
Yeah, same here. Well, that's all we have for you this week from SpokeTV from Conestoga College. Happy holidays. I'm Jacob Martin.
And I'm Lindsay Griesbach. For more news and information, visit spoketv.ca. Didn't those look like the best fritters?
Like amazing.